What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, bringing you guys our Week 4 Team Builder in P4G, Pokemon 4 Glory, Tier 3 and below. Your Detroit Type Nulls are going up against Coach Under the Radar, my boy Kelly, and the Maryland TORTERRAPINS. If you guys are excited, go ahead and show some love on that like button down below. And if you guys are new, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. Kelly is a fantastic battler with a very intimidating team. You guys can see it right above me. Some things I do want to talk about right out the gate. I went to retcon what was said at the end of last week's battle. It was very salty. That's just part of the game we play. When you get really into it, that's just kind of what happens. And I apologize to anybody watching that to where my saltiness may have affected your viewing experience. I apologize to anybody where my saltiness affected, how you guys may have perceived my opponent, all that good stuff. Tyler's a great friend of mine. I mean, no ill wishes upon him in any way. I'm so glad he's doing awesome, and I'm so glad that he pulled out with that W just because of like how new he is to League format. Being able to pick up that W is really, really cool. I think he's going to do great this season, but enough about all that. Let's talk a little bit about Kelly's team here really quickly. First up, he has the Metagross, a hard-hitting Pokemon with the, it's Steel and Psychic type, 135 base attack, and 95 base special attack, 130 defense. I mean, it's a very bulky Pokemon with the clear body ability, so we can't lower its stats in any way. I don't perceive light metal. I don't see light metal to want to show up. It's a stealth rocker. It can be a really good assault vest abuser. It can set up with moves like agility. It has priority and bullet punch. He has the Aromatisse, a very great fairy type Pokemon, which we are familiar with from APA. The Aromatisse is a super bulky fairy type Pokemon. Very slow. It can wish pass. It can be a cleric. It can moonblast. It's got some like tech moves on there. Typically when we ran it, it was like protect, wish, Moonblast, fourth move. So we'll see what Kelly decides to do. Like I said, Kelly's a fantastic battler. If anybody can use Aromatisse, well, it's going to be him. He's got the Druddigon. Somewhat of a versatile, bulky dragon type. It can be run offensively with abilities like Sheer Force and Mold Breaker, being able to boost its offensive prowess power. But it also can be very defensively bulky with the Rough Skin ability. It's got great natural bulk, 77 base HP, 90 base defense and special defense, and being weak to only 3 types. I mean, dragons are really, really good in League format. It can be a rocker. It can phase things out with Roar and Dragon Tail. It can be speed control with moves like Glare too. He's got the Sneasel, which pairs, I think, pretty nicely offensively with Pokemon like Druddigon, because you want a solid Ice-type Pokemon to be able to deal with, your dragons. So having one of the best Ice types in Tier 3 and below is really, really cool. 115 base speed. The cool thing about Sneasel is that while it's not as powerful as Weavile, it does have access to the Eviolite to boost its bulk, although he could run something like a Life Orb or a Choice Banded set as well, maybe even, a Dark EMZ or an Ice EMZ sets. He's got the Donphan, a very reliable rocker, very hard-hitting Pokemon with 120 base attack, 120 base defense as well. Has priority in Ice Shard, has moves like Knockoff, Play Rough, Gunk Shot, Seed Bomb. Like I said, can Rapid Spin, hard-hitting Earthquake, Stone Edge, Fire Fang, all that fun stuff. Mega is a Pokemon I'm very afraid of, absolutely afraid of. It has either the Tinted Lens or the Speed Boost ability. Tinted Lens makes it boosts not very effective moves by an extra 30%, I think it is. It boosts it. It's the same Venomoth, it's the same ability as Venomoth, or Speed Boost, so he can start just being faster than everything and start sweeping. Moves like Air Slash, Bug Buzz, Giga Drain, things like that. Musharna, I don't really know too much about. Very bulky Psychic type Pokemon. I could see like a Calm Mind Musharna set being somewhat viable once Dark types are gone off the field. Again, another very slow Psychic type Pokemon. He also has the Monferno with either the Blaze or the Iron Fist ability. Good rocker, fire fighting type Pokemon, has priority, has reliable recovery and slack off, things like that. The Croconaw, he's got Baby Gator. It has access to Sheer Force. It can set up through ways of Dragon Dance. It has priority. Sheer Force boosted moves are always just a stubborn, hard time to deal with. Lantern. He does have 2 water-type Pokemon on his team. 125 base HP, so that boy is going to be thick. It's a really good Cleric. It's a really good pivot as well with moves like Volt Switch. Has access to Scald, Icy Wind, Thunderbolt, all that fun stuff. Heal Bell, I think I said that. And then the Carnivine. I don't know too much about Carnivine other than it's a grass type and it has Levitate. I don't think Carnivine's coming, but we will see. Some things to note about his team. Rockers, he has Metagross, Druddigon, Donphan, and Monferno. No Spiker or T-Spiker. A Rapid Spin in form of Donphan. 2 Defoggers in the form of Yanmega and Carnivine, and 3 Heal Bellers in the form of Masharna, Aromatisse, and Lantern. So let's go ahead and talk about our team here that we are bringing right now. First up, Whimsicott is coming, VIP, Life Orb VIP with the Prankster ability, Substitute, Leech Seed, Moonblast, and Giga Drain. Pretty much max HP, 4 in defense, 12 in special attack, 252 speed with a timid nature. One thing I want to note is that this does outspeed his entire team outside of Choice Scarfers, which is really cool. We do get Prankster initiative on Substitute and Leech Seed. Moonblast and Giga Drain, once Metagross goes down, Dual Stab just kind of rips his team. Dual Stab absolutely rips his team. Leech Seed and Giga Drain help with the recovery on top of the Life Orb. The speed is to outspeed everything, specifically Jolly Sneasel by 1 point, but Sneasel is his fastest Pokemon, so we outspeed everything. 12 in special attack helps us to OHKO Eviolite Sneasel, offensive Eviolite Sneasel after rocks. Giga Drain or Moonblast is a guaranteed OHKO. Giga Drain, like I said, just does so much to his team, and if Giga Drain doesn't, then Moonblast definitely does. Leech Seed helps with the recovery as well. Being able to pass into some of our other mons too. I really like Whimsicott's typing. I was debating on like a defensive set, maybe to help with Metagross, but I really like Life Orb Whimsicott this week. Next up here, we do have Psychovolt. The Assault Vest Vikavolt is coming this week. Levitate, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, and Energy Ball. 164 in HP, 252 in special attack, 92 in speed with a modest nature. His team is like a weird mix of slow and like kind of like his fastest mon is Sneasel. After that is Monferno, and then Metagross. And Metagross sits at 134. So like an agility set could be pretty viable for us this week. But I like the AV just to be able to take those special hits from Pokemon like Aromatisse, special hits from things like Masharna, from Yanmega, even better, just based off our own natural bulk. Volt Switch is really good for the momentum. Thunderbolt hits everything very, very hard. Again, coming off that 145 base special attack. Bug Buzz rips things like Sneasel and Masharna and Carnivine, a new one. And then Energy Ball is there for the Donphan. I was debating the Hidden Power Ice, but Energy Ball overall does more to that, and it does more to Croconaw and Lantern as well. I can go for Bug Buzz on the Druddigon, no issue with that. Speed is just to outspeed uninvested Druddigon and uninvested Donphan, just so we can get a little speed on top of them and attack them first. So if like he does need to go for a KO move, he needs to go for priority with things like Sucker Punch or Ice Shard for that. Next up here, Arsenic the Drapion, rocking the Dreadplate, Battle Armor, Poison Jab, Knockoff, Brick Break, and Agility, max HP, max attack, 4 in speed with an Adamant nature. After an Agility, we outspeed everything on his team. Everything on his team, even like likely Scarfers, we outspeed everything on his team, and his team does not appreciate this combination of moveset right here. If he's Colbur Berry Metagross, that can be a little bit of an issue, but Dreadplate boosting the knockoff is so good because not only is knockoff a broken move, but now we're boosting that without necessarily giving away our movesets. Dreadplate boosted knockoff does so much to everything on his team that's not named Aromatisse, and Aromatisse does not want to max attack Adamant Poison Jab. Brick Break is there to ensure that we KO the Sneasel. Other than that, this is pretty straightforward. I'd love a late game sweep from Arsenic. She put in so much work last week against the Seattle Drizzlers. I definitely think she's got a lot of potential this week. Like I said, once things get kind of worn down a little bit, we can come in with Arsenic. We can set up hopefully with an agility and just start clicking buttons, and that should be the game at that point. Next up here, Siren is coming this week. Ghost TMZ Meloetta with the Serene Grace ability, Shadow Ball, Hyper Voice, Toxic, and Close Combat. Max HP, 36 in attack, 100 in defense, 116 in special attack. There's a hair floating down. I don't know where that hair came from. 4 in special defense with a relaxed nature. So what does this do, you might ask? So I have a really hard time dealing with bulky steel types, as we've figured out in the past. Ghost DMZ, Shadow Ball annihilates any form of Metagross that's not max HP Assault Vest. Just fun fact, absolutely blows it back. We are 3-hit KO'd by max attack, Adamant Meteor Mash from Metagross. Close combat knocks out max HP Eviolite Sneasel from full. Toxic is there for Pokemon like Druddigon that feel like switching in, Pokemon like Aromatisse, Pokemon like Masharna, being able to wear them down. And then once the Metagross is down, Hyper Voice just really has no switch in. Metagross is his only Hyper Voice switch in. I was debating Calm Mind on this thing, but I do like the fact of going for Toxic for being able to wear down his mons. So something like, you know, Whimsicott, something like Vikavolt, something like Drapion can come in and just clean up after that. Full Metal is also coming this week. Doug Trio, a Lowland Doug Trio with the Focus Sash item with the Tingling Hair ability. Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Sucker Punch max attack, 4 in special defense, 252 in speed with an adamant nature. Provided our Focus Sash is intact, we OHKO any variant of Sneasel with an Iron Head, provided it's not Babiri Berry. Earthquake does a lot of damage to a lot of mons on his team that aren't named Yen Mega or Carnivine, and Iron Head does good damage to both of those. Sucker Punch for the priority, and Rocks are really nice this week. They do 25% of the Sneasel, half to the Yen Mega. Yes, that is what that does. And just the chip damage is really, really nice to have for his team. Especially once the Donphan goes down, he only has forms of defog left, so if he wants to remove them, he has to defog, and that kind of hinders him from removing his own hazards, which could in turn help us out. We are set to outspeed. I didn't talk about this. Negative speed nature, we really don't need to outspeed too much. We outspeed what we need to. We don't outspeed what we need to. It's a really weird speed tier this week, in my opinion. We outspeed the gosh diggity darn Yan Mega. We outspeed Timid Yan Mega by 1 point. We cannot outspeed the we cannot outspeed Sneasel. This is the next fastest mon that we can outspeed, and being adamant helps out with that a ton. Like I said, if Yen Mega and Carnivine don't come, he has no switch in for an Earthquake, and it just hits so hard. And Sucker Punch for the priority. Iron Head helps out with mons like Aromatisse and a Sneasel. Last but not least, Babylon. We're bringing offensive Silvally this week. Silvally Dragon, actually. Babylon has the Dragon Memory, obviously, with the RKS system ability. Flamethrower, Surf, Flash Cannon, and Draco Meteor. 4 in HP, 252 special attack, 252 speed with a modest nature. We are outspeeding Jolly Monferno by 1 point, and this coverage hits absolutely everything on his team. Flamethrower hits the Metagross, Flash Cannon hits the Draudigon, Draco hits the, Flash Cannon hits the Aromatisse, Draco hits the Draudigon, Flash Cannon or Flamethrower hits Sneasel, Surf hits Donphan, Flamethrower hits Yan Mega. We can't super effectively hit Masharna, but we have ways of dealing with the Masharna. Surf hits the Monferno. Croconaw also. I mean, Croconaw doesn't want a Draco. I'm pretty sure Masharna doesn't want a Draco either. Lantern is probably his check to this, and then Flamethrower hits the Carnivine. So if I could guesstimate the 6 he'll be bringing, I would say Donphan has to show up. I would say the Sneasel has a really, really good matchup as well against me. Lantern is pretty good for checking mons like Meloetta and like this specific form of Silvally. Yen Mega definitely has sweeping potential. Metagross, just because I have a hard time dealing with bulky steals. And then Aromatisse, because I can Wish Pass into bulkier mons like Donphan and Lantern, and Metagross, being able to bring them back up. So that is our team going up into week 5 of P4G Pokemon 4 Glory. If you guys have enjoyed this team builder, go on ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Feel free to leave a like. Also, if you've enjoyed, if you're new, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And of course, in the description section, I will have the link to Kelly's channel, so you guys can go show him some love, check out his side of the team builder and the battle and all that good stuff. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm going to let this outro bang. I'm going to talk to you all soon. Later.